You probably heard the Prime Minister of Pakistan use the term Khawarij at a recent press briefing in the United Kingdom. If you are a non-Urdu speaker who has interest in Pakistan's affairs, you must wonder why the term is being used for the miscreants. The Arabic term Khawarij, meaning those who exit or secede, has re-emerged in Pakistan's official and public lexicon as a powerful label for violent extremists. Well, let me explain what the term means and why it is used by the state, journalists, and now even civilians of Pakistan. Once used for a 7th 8th century sect that excommunicated and attacked fellow Muslims, the term is now used by the state to delegitimize modern militant groups and their extremist ideologies. The original Khawarijites arose in the immediate post-prophetic century during the first major political split of the Muslim community after the assassination of the third caliph. Their extreme use of takfir and willingness to use violence against co-religionists made the Khawarijites a cautionary example in the later Islamic theology and historiography. I asked Mufti Imran Sandhu to explain to us what the term denotes to in Islamic history.
फितनतुल खवारिज ये वो फितना है कि जिसके बारे में रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने खुद फरमाया कि ये दीन से ऐसे निकलते हैं जैसे शिकार के लिए तीर निकल जाता है। इनके साथ इनका तरीका ये है कि इनको समझाया जाए, इनके साथ बातचीत की जाए, नहीं कि अगर ये बाज ना आए तो इनके साथ फिर जंग की जाए और इनको ख़त्म किया जाए, और ये फिर अगर तौबा कर लें तो इनके हथियार ले करके इस माहदे के तहत ये दोबारा मुसलमानों पर हथियार नहीं उठाएंगे तो इनको माफ़ कर दिया जाए। तहरीक तालिबान पाकिस्तान और अल-कायदा और दाइश ये आजकल के दौर में खवारिज की तरह की सोच रखने वाली तंजीम है।
In Pakistan, the term Khawarij is being revived as both a religious and a political label. Officials, clerics, and media use it to make three strong points. Expose the false religious claims. Calling groups like the so-called Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan Khawarij shows that they are not just criminals, but religious deviants who twist Islam's teachings. To rally public opinion. In a deeply religious society, linking militants to the Khawarijites helps unite people and scholars against them. And to justify strong action. Labeling them as outsiders to Islam supports tougher security measures and efforts to de-radicalize society. The specific revival of Khawarij as a recurring label intensified in the early 2020s and gained higher visibility in 2024 and 2025 as Islamabad sought fresh ideological tools to counter resurgent violence and messaging from transnational jihadi networks. The term's renewed popularity reflects both tactical choices by the security establishment and a strategic attempt to reclaim the religious vocabulary from extremists. The primary targets for this are TTP and its splinters, groups that attack Pakistani civilians and security forces and accuse them of being non-believers, and transnational jihadi cells that operate within Pakistan's territory but maintain links to cross-border sanctuaries or external sponsors. According to the latest figures by the National Counter-Terrorism Authority, a total of 82 outfits have been banned by the state under Anti-Terrorism Act 1997. They have all been declared Khawarij because of their agenda. I asked a defense analyst to shed some more light on the matter. Here's what he had to say.
Fitnatul Khawarij is a terrorist entity that was initially raised in 2008, and Baitullah Masood, Akimullah Masood, these were the persons who led these organizations. And then later on, once operations were conducted in South Waziristan, North Waziristan, the armed forces stamped out the vestiges of this terror, and these elements crossed over into Afghanistan.
Pakistan ranked as the second most impacted country on the Global Terrorism Index 2025, where the loss of life in terrorism attacks increased by 45% over the past year. Pakistan's government and military have clarified time and again that there is no space for insurgent groups operating on its soil. Since early 2000s, the military has launched several operations to curb terrorism, such as Operation Al-Mizan, Operation Rahe Rast, Operation Rahe Nijat, Operation Zarb-e Azm, Operation Radd al-Fasad, and Operation Azm-e-Istihkam. The use of the term is making a difference in the effort against these terrorist organizations. People are increasingly rejecting their propaganda and are now able to put a name to these terrorist organizations.